Okay, we're starting with 17, well, I'm sorry, Vicki, go ahead. I apologize.
Good evening, everyone. Today is July 9th, 2026. You are here at the Manhattan Community Board on Landmarks and Preservation Committee. My name is Vicki Cameron. I will be chairing the committee tonight, and we will start with our first presentation. Oh, excuse me. Here. I will take this opportunity for the community board to introduce two new members to the community, and maybe you can just state your name. And Susan is online. Nada just arrived.
Hi.
Please go ahead.
I am Pamela Friedel. I'm happy to be a part of the community board.
And I'm Lynn Turkin, also happy to be here.
Terrific. Welcome. We look forward to working together. All right, so. So we can begin. Looking now, go on. You can say I'm watching you. I've been doing this a long time. I know, should put it together. All right. Our trusted secretary is correct and reminded me that the four of us should introduce ourselves as well to Pam and Lynn. So I've already done it. I said I was Vicki Cameron. There are some. Nice to see you both. And welcome.
I'm Tammy Meltzer, Chair of the Board till September 1. And then I'll just be Treasurer of the Board.
Welcome. Anita is in the back. She will be here shortly. I would also like to introduce Susan Paul, who
You have to,
is,
Unmute yourself.
no, but also we don't see her here.
Well, no, she speaks.
Oh.
I
or
speak.
can,
I'm here.
Hi, Susan. Susan
Hello,
Paul,
hello,
Miss
hello.
Dearly. Thank you.
And then
We're good there?
you should all meet Lucy Mujica Diaz. So
Oh, yeah,
Lucy
yeah.
is our office team. And if you are going to miss a meeting, you're going to be late to a meeting, you, whatever, don't know, need, want to see, Lucy.
All right. I also said that we have three presentations tonight, and then we have an internal issue for the community board, which we will discuss once everyone is finished presenting. And at that point, we can also do some tweaking on introductions and questions and answers if you'll have. So tonight, we're going to begin with 17 Harrison Street. Please go ahead. We heard from you last month. Yep. So welcome back. Delighted to see you.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity. My name is Jedediah Lau, and I'm the architect of Redbird working on 17 Harrison Street, which is a residential building. And my design partner, Paolo Caracini, is also joining us tonight. And summary is that we are looking to vertically enlarge the townhouse, and so we are requesting a certificate of appropriateness from the LPC and thank you. Quick introduction to, like I said, it's the address is 17 Harrison Street, which is between Hudson and Greenwich in Tribeca. The building itself is not a landmark building, but it's part of the Tribeca West Historic District, and so we're going through a public street application.
Go ahead, it's me. I gotta click it back.
So,
We're found.
so yeah, that's a kind of zoomed in to look at the lot itself. It's a standard 22-foot wide lot, but it's a very shallow lot and 63 feet compared to the neighbors, which are all about. And the building, on page 4, the building was, like many townhouses in the neighborhood, was constructed in the late 19th century and began life as a warehouse for tools before being subdivided into two townhouses. So 15 and 17 were actually a single building, and then became two townhouses later on. And again, like many of the buildings in the neighborhood, was built in the Federalist and utilitarian style, not super ornamental masonry facade. The only kind of ornament that might be easier to see is with photo number 3, where you can see there are some dark cast iron arches and columns on the ground.
Is your mock-up still up?
Yes. So this is what the building currently looks like massing wise. It is 4-story tall with a very small stair bulkhead on the roof, and which was built sometime in the last 20 years, we think, but it was never really permitted in poor condition. So we are part of the work is to demolish and build something that's more sound, but also to expand the roof levels so that we can accommodate newer use, actual use of the roof terraces. Some pictures of. Yeah, so that's some picture of the existing condition. You can see there was in fact another attachment appendage to the bulkhead that had to be removed because it was starting to rot. So this roof is in fairly poor condition, and we also did in some detailed survey of the west facade, and which shows that actually the parapet is also not in great shape. You can see in the diagram the red is so a lot of the parapet would need to be reconstructed and repaired as part of the work.
You talked about the sidewalk for this.
Yeah,
We
so
would like to focus now on the addition,
yeah,
since you're coming back. I know we have new members. but
yeah.
They'll catch up.
Okay, yeah, so the addition is to expand it to introduce a new floor essentially at the 5th level on the roof. It respects this zoning setback of 17 feet at the back, and at the front we're setting back another 17 feet to create to make sure that the addition is not going to be seen visible from across the street.
So I'm going to the front. What's the front? No, who's it?
Yes,
I'm interested in what you are proposing to do here, because the revision that we made, so can we go back?
yeah,
Which is the front door, Harrison or Greenwich?
Harrison is the front, so
So when you do the diagonal line, everything here is C.
the blue is the blue is not the volume.
What is the one? What
The
are you
blue-
showing?
The volume is what is pink is the proposed.
This?
Yes.
What is that?
That's just the street wall height limit. That's the theoretical maximum envelope from zoning, but not the actual proposed.
So you're telling us that your proposed addition, rooftop addition, is not visible from Harrison Street?
From
which is
across the
the-
building.
Which is the front, so you're following the rules of LBC, so
Correct.
you're not seeing it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for it's not.
Because otherwise it looks like you
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
not a clear drawing.
Right. That is not at all the.
No. I know.
And so massing is consistent with recently built and approved additions in the neighborhood. These are just some examples, and we can revisit these examples later. So jumping to the plans, this is what we're proposing. It's a pretty straightforward, volume 28 foot wide, 28 foot long by 20 foot wide. And we're introducing 2 glass sliding facades that open the room up to the north and south roof tips. And on the roof of this new addition is not accessible, or it's not occupied, and it only houses MEP equipment, and and a recreation of the existing skylights. And also FDNY, their paths to get them to that.
So the bottom is the lower roof and the top drawing shows the roof of your addition.
Exactly.
And the two areas on either side, are they occupied or not? Can you go outside?
Yes, on the fifth floor, but not on the actual roof surface is not on.
The roof of the new roof.
The roof of the new roof is not on.
It's just MEP.
It's just MEP and service
But these two sides are.
on the fifth floor.
That's what we're interested.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And so for all of them, this is a 20-foot wide building, right?
It's 22, yes.
So he's making the addition, right, from, let's say, north to south, east to west, right? And then in the center to see what they're doing. So it's a huge intervention. And you'll see later on some of the issues. Well, because the other terrace is what is that back, this proposed addition is enormously visible. Okay, go ahead, thank you.
We had a question about kind of the setback vis-a-vis the precedent we showed. So we produced here a diagram showing that our setback is in line with or exceeds what the recent additions we showed earlier. Which is at roughly 17 feet on foot.
Oh, there, you're back on the screen. Yes.
Yeah, so this is the front elevation of the existing versus proposed on Harrison Street. So you can see the volume of the proposed addition and also the mechanical. So we're not leaving, we've also designed an enclosure around the MEP equipment so that you're not, even though it's not visible from the street, we are sensitive to neighbors looking from above, so you're not looking at just exposed.
And noise to the transfer.
Absolutely.
So that's your proposal from Harris.
From Harrison, right? And this is the rear facade, which is almost, it's essentially a mirror image of the front of the It's a zinc facade, which is, yeah. Well, we live in dark, that's a window,
So you know how we're getting.
yes.
And before this, it was all glass,
Before this, it was all glass, floor to ceiling.
and now it's just enclosed metal
It's just, yeah,
thing,
it's
in this gray color.
in the gray, correct.
And the two, movable elevations, glass walls are over here on this side, right?
Precisely.
So I'm sorry, again. This elevation is right here,
Correct.
and
Lucy, can you share it up on the screen?
I'm getting
we're
this.
trying, and what is this here?
That's an alley.
I'm gonna use this here, guy.
Yeah, that's
That's an alleyway.
an
So your wall is sticking up about, whether you can see it or not, it's like a party wall on the alleyway, okay, and then,
But yeah, it's not exactly an alleyway, and it's not accessible, but it's just a gap between spaces.
and that big window is looking this way, right?
It's
What
looking-
is all of this?
That's the neighboring, which is currently a resident, it's resident.
So that big window would be looking at your neighbor or down?
Just peeks out and it looks past the neighbor,
Down Greenwich.
down Greenwich. diagonal.
Was this, before, did you have this overhang like this?
Yeah, that was glass before.
It was flat, so you're still keeping this.
Yeah, so we're still introducing a little.
Overlapping on the parapet.
They will be on, they're gonna be flush with the brick. It's flush with the brick. And
That's the part of the parapet that you're
it's
not
part of,
building.
exactly, we're knocking into the parapet and we're not rebuilding that part of the parapet since it's no longer a parapet. It's actually interior space.
All of this is interior space?
No, just the area that we're.
Yes. So you'll be sitting inside of the parapet, on top of the parapet.
Within.
Right.
Um,
On page 20, we have a mock-up. It is still up. Which outlines the massing, the proposed massing, including access rate, the OSHA handrails to access the mechanical units and also the mechanical border site. And as you can see, page close.
So page 19, you're telling us that we can't see the
Yeah,
proposed
you're-
extension, it's going back seven.
Correct, yeah. As you walk from Hudson from the east side, you do not see it, and you can stand directly in front of the building, look out, and you will not see it.
But page 21
Page
takes us
21.
back to our last meeting.
But it is visible from the west because the immediate building next to us is quite short, 1/4 which leaves us exposed at obliquely at a diagonal. And you can see the next page 22 illustrates that if 19 Harrison or neighbor extend vertically to match the street wall, which is having through our conversation with the owner of 19 Harrison, they are exploring. Our addition would be I understand we will consider this based on current conditions, but I think the point is that visibility is not necessarily permanent.
So if they did that, then they would block this elevation and this big window to
And
the
you won't see.
walls.
Well, because
What, you're gonna be then looking at a blank wall?
if they go up to the street wall, you can see across the roof still out. So it doesn't block the window per se. They would have to go quite a bit taller to block the window. So
You have a lot line window.
we have a small, yeah, it's a lot line, which will be 5 to
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You have no knowledge if the building is actually going to be building up or not,
So
so.
we're not, we're
No,
not,
It doesn't matter.
we're not saying that this is gonna be a sure thing, but
But, so
just
with,
that the visibility is not, may not be a permanent,
it is what it is today.
it is what it is today, yeah.
That's
And
the only thing we can.
Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, it's simply to illustrate that it's unlike other buildings and other sites, this is not a permanent, it may not be a permanent.
But you have no way of guaranteeing. There we go.
I
Of course
wish-
not.
I wish I could, but
Okay.
Hmm.
Um,
and I would also like to point out that although it is visible, it is mostly against the background of other buildings.
you can see it everywhere, this window. Okay.
So it's not against the stuff. So moving a couple other views, moving further back to the pedestrian plaza, on the Greenwich, actually, it becomes less visible as you move away from it.
You see it.
And then as you move north, there's a little sliver where it is still visible between two existing buildings and tree. These are about the main points of visibility.
All right, thank you. Before we begin, because this is a return, I wanted to remind, the committee and introduce our new members, to this project. One of the reasons, there were a couple of reasons that we asked the architect to return. And, I've spoken to Jason, who is our chair, not here tonight. And, we did not think that the size of this addition was appropriate. And I specifically thought that the chosen material for this rooftop addition was just too aggressive in this beautiful, what you call it, federal, historical neighborhood in Tribeca. I think I said that I couldn't for the life of me understand why you would buy this gorgeous townhouse and then go add a zinc roof with some glass. I mean, why can't you just put it in brick? So, that's a rhetorical question. You can do what you want. We're just not going to, favor it. In my discussion when the information was submitted, our opinion was that it is simply still too visible. And it's just a fact, and it's like not our fault. You made an enormously large, proposed an enormously large preservation in materials that we don't deem appropriate for this, as you call it, Tribeca Historic District. So I'm gonna open it up for discussion now. You can now hear what transpired at the last meeting, and that's what our thoughts were on tonight's meeting, tonight's presentation. So, Nada, you want to go first?
I shouldn't, because I actually do like the addition. I think the diagrams that they show comparatively where how much the addition sets back and compared to the neighboring buildings. It's convincing to me. I like the zinc. I think the gesture of decreasing the glazing that they have done is nice. I don't have a problem with zinc. I don't think all addition to historic buildings should be brick. I think it gives it a.
Well, that's an architectural opinion, it's personal, right? So whether
Correct,
it's
but-
zinc or brick is, we will have to, as a committee, make a recommendation to landmarks.
Correct, but to me, I think if you are adding to an existing building, the addition has its own character, as long as it's not standing out saying, look at me, only look at me, it's fine if it has its own character. And I think the moment we start blending the two types of bricks together, we're gonna get in trouble because it's never gonna blend well. So I did say that, but I do like this part. citing some of the
Thank
precedent.
you. Tammy, now that you're here, we'd love to hear what you think.
Can I go back to, one of the renderings that you can see it more
Yeah.
clearly?
Just not, yeah. I wouldn't say it's clear, but this is where it's most.
I need,
21 is the one I looking.
yeah, you go to 21.
Right,
Yeah.
yes, this is what's really.
We're sharing over here. I got you. Yes, so I appreciate the change in the materiality from last time. It's definitely less brutalist and a little bit more industrial, which I think is fitting in the area. I don't remember last time. I don't love how it comes over the edge necessarily. I do like materiality a little bit better.
It says.
Is that orange that I see on the
So the
undertones?
interior is wood, so, and the area where it's the facade on the west views back, the ceiling of that is gonna be wood, so we are trying to balance warm tones, with the gray metal facade, even though I understand glass is not 100% transparent all the time, so, but we are making an effort to introduce warmer tones that when visible will also be more harmonious with against the brick.
What kind of metal is it?
Zinc. If you, for example, if you go back, you go to page 9, would you see there's an example of your precedent? Hello, Bruce, welcome. You want to go to page 9 for them?
Yeah, sorry.
Which might help. There.
Corner 18
So-
years.
For example, that upper right-hand addition is what I would advocate to be a more harmonious rooftop addition, for example, a red copper material, right?
That's what I said last time, the same thing.
Right.
I said that I.
Whereas you are purposefully making this modernist thing, the one below it, by the way, is even less. I mean, more appropriate here, because it's just a little gazebo, it's a little odd thing, but you are like geometrical, stiff, gray. I think I said last time, I found no joy, no charm, no playfulness. No, you don't have to agree with me, it's okay.
But I think that's a good point. If I can respond to that by going to the second last page, which is the first appendix. While we're looking at 18 Harrison, there is actually second to last. I added a photo also from Greenwich. This is a photo looking at 18 Harrison Street from Greenwich. The plaza, and you can see that
This thing.
although the addition, which is in core 10, is a warm tone, the neighborhood is not homogeneously red brick.
No, I'm not advocating the red brick.
Part of
Here's
assemblage.
nothing
Great.
sticks out. You're like the brutalist, Marcel Breuer on Madison Avenue. This is a more harmonious
You
thing.
have a picture that is similar to this one for the current side of the street we're talking about.
Sorry,
That is the opposite side of the street across from your building.
this is, I'm standing on Greenwich
Mhm.
and Harris, so yeah, this is the
That's-
plaza where our
That's
building is visible. If you cross the street and look back, that's where it looks.
Right, but that's 18, that's not your side of the street.
That's the opposite.
Do you have your side of the street in the same perspective?
I guess that would be where our renders.
Yes, that would be 21.
Yes,
Right.
20.
All right, can we go back to 21?
Right, the big Breuer window, I call it.
Down, down. Good.
No. That. Bruce, to bring you up to speed.
I think I am. Go ahead, go ahead. I know this.
Just look here, Bruce. This is the addition that we're voting.
Yeah.
And, we asked for a revision last time because we were going to say no. And now the architect is back. And,
My,
we are discussing whether that was enough of a revision.
Did you change the size at all?
No, the size is the same. The glazed areas.
I'm so sorry that I wasn't here last time, so I can't opine on this. All I will say is that, in your examples of garage, so top floor studios, there's not one that's in Tribeca. These are all valid examples, but we have Soho, we have, Nomad, we have the Village,
He has one or two.
18.
Harrison.
Yeah. I think he has one on each.
So, there. So 93 Reed, which was always an abomination. And, but I know it very well. Harrison also. 13 Harrison, okay. 67 Franklin, yeah, if you were,
That's being changed.
as for 67 Franklin, if you were Tadio Ando who designed this, I'd give you a pass, but you're not. And that's what I have to say. It's all gonna be moot when they build that 70-story tower across the street, but for now, we're dealing with this. That's not.
William, do you wanna?
Sure,
Brian?
remind me, the wooden ceiling, if you're talking about that, is that on the out exterior,
Yeah.
right?
Exterior?
It's the space between the glass and the edge of the building that
That's
may
the orange part
extend
that I
into
think
the
trimmed.
inside as well. It kind of comes through. I think that will obviously change color outside before it changes on the in. I think you're asking for a lot of trouble. With that.
It's probably not gonna be the same.
Yeah, it needs to be not wood, probably it's not really a precedent material up there. A lot of metal cornices here, a lot of metal. I'm so glad those big windows along the side are gone, so I like that. It's pulling back a little bit from the plain facade, side facade, so I like that. Yeah, I generally find this to be improved. Quite a lot. So I think that's what I want to think even.
So would you suggest a different?
I think the core 10, and I like zinc, and don't like core 10, but somehow the core 10 seems to be it's soft or something. I don't know why. I would think that because the gray should be soft, and it will patinate and change our using before. It won't be that, so it's still gray, it'll get some chalky, you know. But
Shipping.
it won't look so fresh and new, right?
I appreciate the changes that you've made. I do think it's an improvement compared to what we saw last time. Maybe because you didn't see what it looked last
Right.
time, so when you look at this, you have a sense of comparison, like it looks so much better and it's
Molded concrete.
Yeah, and I actually kind of, like with Netta, I'm here with Netta thinking, I kind of like that, the contrast with the zing. And it's sort of, even though it is a big addition, it seems smaller now and this, with these materialities. And sort of hidden with this kind of shadow, if you're looking at it, maybe it's just the lighting time of the day when you took it or whatever, but I think it's better, and that's where I stand on it right now.
Thank you. Let's see, Lynn. When you're lit.
Oh, and you get to meet the two new board.
Bruce was chair or co-chair of our members. When I first started, it was,
He was co-chair,
Chair.
and then he was chair.
yeah.
And it's been here like, what, 25
I
years?
was chair, co-chair, chair.
Yes.
I was since 2000.
so 26 years.
Thank you.
All right, Lynn?
Having also not seen last week or last month, my initial instinct was that it did feel a little bit like a container house on top of the house. And having, before I saw this piece over here, I thought maybe if it was in something that was a little bit blended in just a little bit more, it could just feel a little bit nicer.
That copper facade seemed to me like a good, compromise. Thank you, and Pam?
I mean, looking at it looking at it from the corner and seeing that it isn't obstructing any blue sky. It is in the mix of a lot of mixed metals and brick and different colors. It's not as offensive to my eye. I'm just wondering when I look at the picture of the other rooftops, why the neighbor has their addition in the very far back. Is there a reason that this one is so far forward in the center and you didn't opt to just put it in the
It's not,
back?
it's only visible because how low the neighboring building is.
I see.
Our addition is actually on par with all the other additions.
Okay.
So, and I think it's just, I think to make it, to make the work worthwhile, I think we need to reach a certain square footage that feels really useful. We're just under 600, and if you reduce all the services, we're at 400 square feet of usable space. So if we were to push it further back, it doesn't, yeah,
I just,
No, please go ahead.
no, just big shot me throwing names around. I was wrong about, I just recalled that
Tadawando.
cast iron house was not Tadawando, it was Shigeru. That's it.
Exactly. That color is not, it's harmonious, it's not egregious. It doesn't scream, it doesn't need to scream.
No,
Just fit in. It's okay, it's okay to fit in. So anyway, I would recommend, obviously we could take a vote, that, excuse me, I forgot. My apologies, Susan.
I agree with Bruce. It's fine. Moving along, we don't have to spend a lot of time on me. I agree with Bruce. How's that?
Terrific, thank you. So Bruce, is your recommendation that we accept this rooftop size, but not necessarily the exterior material?
Was that the consensus? Because I was more on bulk than material. It sounds like it's an improvement.
The thing is that you can't see it from the front door, the slanted angle that LPC looks at, right? But because there's this hole and they want to monetize the view all the way down Greenwich Street, right? So they know exactly why this is happening and it exposes it. And that was our objection. And before, this was just old blocks. It was just one giant
I
block.
see. And just really for 2 seconds, now the material of the, there, okay.
Being perforated metal. Yes, Tammy, please.
So if you have the wood frame that's just inside from the glass, that's gonna bring a different color, right, to it. When that is lit, won't that be warmer, hugely visible from everywhere?
Make the whole box look warmer.
Yeah.
If they choose those lights.
I'm sure you discussed. it.
No, go ahead.
Part of it, that huge open space across the street at the city.
not Citibank, one block.
Yeah, there's no way to, whatever goes up there is gonna be
Visible.
I see.
Unless our neighbor, builds it.
But we can't, as you
Right.
said,
It's not, yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
please, yes, just stick to what we're looking at. And Bruce, can you take a look at sheet 14?
I'm looking.
And
I'm
look
looking.
at, I mean, it's the most minimal, I call it non-architecture, it's just glass box and. I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
All I can say is I wasn't there before,
That's it, the same thing, that's
It's
what,
anodyne. and
that's what they
it's,
presented
it's,
before.
This is a Yiddish expression, I won't use it, but it's needed here and there. So, I will go along with the sense of the board, I don't.
What is your sense? You don't like it? You don't like the bulk of it?
Just, no, just on a first glance, I don't like the material.
That's
The bulk is, if you're gonna build a rooftop extension there, there's going to be bulk. It's just the way it's positioned, and I don't know how to minimize it. I guess we discussed positioning of the rooftop extension here, there, back and forth. So now it's assuming you can assume that, what is it gonna look like? And this is visible and nothing. But that's not, I'm not crucifying the guy.
No, but
It's the same material as the porterhouse, right? The addition on top of the porterhouse is also zinc.
It is zinc. I was on that building, but it was shot, and it's an incredibly elegant, beautiful addition on top, a full addition on top of the 1900 warehouse. The windows are all different. I would argue that yes, the material is the same, but the design is radical.
Right.
It's much more modern design. This is very,
There's only a primary and tertiary reading. The primary is glass, right? And then you get this color, and there's nothing secondary to kind of make the whole thing dance and come together. Anyway, interest of time, we have two other projects and an internal matter to discuss. I would recommend that we write a resolution saying that we're in agreement with the bulk, and you can see it from the front, it follows that. But that we would recommend that LPC ask for a different material that's more harmonious to the block and to the overall, to quote, Tribeca Historic District. I could be even more specific. It's just not architecture, okay? Those additions, wherever they are on the other sheet, the copper one and the other ones, they're charming. They're like tree houses. You get up there, there's some architecture.
Vicky, is it because the windows aren't so large?
But exactly, this is just a sheet of glass.
So what we're saying in the resolution is that we think that it should be a bit more harmonious to the historic district without feeling like large sheets of glass and metal contained. That's
Windows are the same size as 18 Harrison.
Doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
not charming. They've clunked
Are,
this thing on
aren't the
top.
ones on 18 Harrison not solid glass to glass to glass? Aren't
But
they
their
divided?
glass is
Yeah, it's
even
all
more
right.
visible because their glass is at the front. We are recessed in the.
So there are no mullions on the other one? It's just a sheet
They're
of,
punch windows in that 14 box.
or are the punch windows contiguous, so there's no breaks?
No, they're breaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Page
so
nine.
if you look at the last, if you go back to the second last page of the document, see. Yeah, so that's,
Right.
they have 4 windows just punched, and they are also doing the notch in the parapet.
So they've got
This
the
is not
knobs like
the
you do,
same
but
thing.
it's not the same because you're.
This glass area is also.
In fact, this has to look like this in order to make it good and charming, a good piece of architecture.
This does not look the same as what you're proposing. You're
No.
proposing.
It's not, I think ours is better.
I'm looking at it upside down, but is that the corner building?
That's 18 across the street.
Okay. all right.
Okay, so I'm gonna call the question. I get a second,
Sure.
or we still need more time?
I don't think it.
What are we vote?
Yeah, what is about?
I just said that we're going to accept
Okay.
the bulk, but that we have issues with the material and the large range of glass, the typology of this edition. And we would like to see something more harmonious. If you look at this, for example, these glass, this articulation of the windows here, right? Each one of these additions is much more harmonious and dancing with the existing building that they are sitting on top of, right? And you just haven't done that yet, so. I would say that we recommend
Here.
that this design does not get approved. And that our recommendation, our request is, as I stated before. Any comments? Do you guys agree?
I could keep talking. I remember.
I know I
when-
can't, we have.
remember when that top extension that we're pointing to,
Was presented and I was against it, the one across the street.
I
Like the
agree,
way- I
but
think-
that,
look, the-
this, we think this
I
is,
think it's worse.
I agree with 100%.
Which is worse, the one I
This
like?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Oh, I didn't know that you liked it, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
I mean, it's copper, I like the fact that it was copper, it was more harmonious.
I think it's, yes.
Well, why don't we call the question and, or are we still
Are you second?
carrying on about the resolution? William, tell me what you think. I want to
You
hear.
already said first.
we need a second.
We
Are
need
you
a second.
second?
Okay.
Vicky already? Okay, let's go.
Second.
Voting. Any
So-
opposed? Any abstentions?
Wait, I'm sorry, what are we voting on?
Okay,
That
go
we're
ahead.
keeping the bulk, we are approving the bulk, but we are not in favor of the current design presented, both in the style of the facades, the glass, the size, and the material that they're proposing. It is not harmonious in this in the Tribeca Historic District. And we would like a more harmonious proposal, both for the architecture expression and the material.
I oppose.
I would oppose.
Let me go back, so-
I got that one. I can't-
Any
That's a little
opposed?
harsh.
Any recusals? Any abstentions?
I'm abstaining from that.
And I oppose.
I'm abstaining.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
I don't
Lots
think
of
you got-
abstentions, this is gonna be a denial.
Did you say you're opposed? Is that what you
I
said?
oppose.
She opposes a negative resolution.
Negative resolution.
Yes,
Looking
I
for
think,
a positive
I think you and I
resolution.
both think that maybe this is okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Perhaps, would you like perhaps to call something else that we could?
Vicky said yes to the bulk
I
and the
think
citing and the
the
question.
vote is okay, and previously I asked the same question that you did.
Mhm.
Compared to the neighbors, it seems like it's upfront, and then I think you produced the diagrams that
Yep.
they showed.
Correct.
To me, that copper one is a sin. I
It's
do
a-
not like it, and I don't think we should go to that direction, and I think this
Well,
rendering.
you're wrong, but okay. I mean, this is ridiculous. Please, let's not do this, right?
But what about maybe we can come to a consensus because the most
Exactly,
would
let's
not,
not talk about.
would not pass the way we did it 1 second ago.
Yeah.
But if we're saying yes to the bulk,
Mhm.
the question is the materiality and the windows, right? Some people seem just like the materiality, no?
I just said that our vote would be to ask the architect to do a more harmonious material so that this was not so harsh on top of this gentle building.
Now, what about the windows? Can we
I
take that
find
off the table? I like the windows the way they are.
I like the wood kind of setback, the
The
warm,
fold back.
I
adds a
do
little-
like that.
Yep,
And I,
makes it diminishes the bulk a bit.
and I don't think that this zinc is so
The front
offensive
windows.
to the eye.
Front
The
windows.
front windows, maybe.
What?
Maybe
The
the
front
front
windows
windows are.
is like they're folding.
Yeah. Oh, it's a sliding?
Yep, they go.
And there was second.
There's a motion on the table.
And it was
And
second.
it was seconded.
And it was seconded, but it didn't pass
Didn't pass.
because you had 2
Fine,
no's
great.
and 3 abstentions. So that means that
Well,
this,
we really should vote, folks, not abstain. I mean, let's.
okay,
Well, let's
Wait.
figure out a compromise, okay? Let's figure out what's gonna work. Bruce,
okay.
as the
I'm good.
oldest living member, no, I'm only kidding. But I think I think the bulk is okay. It's big for me, but I think there's some compromise without naming what kind of compromise. I
Well,
think they have to
that's-
come back.
That's generally been our position over decades, that we can opine and suggest, but we're not the architects. It's not our task to redesign.
Correct.
And Bruce,
That's up to the architect.
right,
We're
and
just
Bruce,
defining.
as Lucy just mentioned, I did not say we're going to not support it, right? What is it, decline? I said that we would support it, we support the bulk, but that we do have issues on the glass and the materiality.
Could we call it, the glass is part of the materiality, could we leave it at materiality, take glass off the table?
Fine.
Unless you wanted to add size on window, that's different, right, materiality.
Because we spent a lot of time here discussing it's 4/4, 6/6, it's double hung, it's this or that. Now all of a sudden, these giant glasses of thing that you find literally at a storefront. That's why I
Well,
called it that.
materiality means materiality is materiality, and let them
Then
figure
let
it out.
landmarks decide what that means.
Okay, I'm
Go
good
for
with
it.
that. Are you all good with that? Good with that, great.
So let's revisit this again.
Alright.
Any abstentions? Any recusals? Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
271, Turner, please pass your material around for the members. And I'll place it on the screen in 30 seconds.
Oh.
Here it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
I wish I got some champagne.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I did not get to, thank you.
I have mine, I have it on my.
I've got it.
You're welcome. To represent.
I have.
You know, I was going to start with highlight. No, I'm gonna say, in the buy.
Slidey ones, there's only one version of it, you know.
It's ridiculous.
I even
You know,
sure
it's
that
that-
across the street, it's like a KFC straight, but.
Like, it's good. Bye, hired me. It's the least talented person I met in a long.
Sorry.
No.
You don't know.
This one, man. Why do you say such a-
Okay, 271 Church.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Todd Saliga, the architect for the proposal. The property is at the northeast corner of Church in Franklin, 271 Church, also known as 90 Franklin. The application proposes a new entrance for the corner retail space. There you can see a photograph of the corner. So the first bay, heading right from the corner, is the window in question. The proposal is to make modifications to that window in order to create an entrance for that corner store, which currently only has a shared entrance with tenant B. So if you look at this diagram, you can see that currently, so the space is tenant A, the purple space. And the way you enter that store is through the vestibule only, which is shared by tenant B. The previous tenant had vacated this space in June of 2025. And over a year, and the landlord has been unsuccessful in finding a new tenant for this space, despite many brokers bringing prospects. He's hearing consistently that people are not interested in the space without having its own entrance from the street. So you can see on the right where the arrow proposed entrance, that would be, that window would become the new entryway. And two windows to the right, you can see another existing entrance, which I know Bruce may remember, and others who were here, I believe 5 years ago, we created that entrance. And the proposal is to copy that in every detail, so it'll be an identical infill to the center infill, which I'll be showing you. Here on the right is a closer photograph of that window, so you can see the stone bulkhead below, which would be cut and removed. The sidewalk would be patched in that area and feathered to level, because there's a bit of a slope on Franklin Street. It's difficult to see in this photo, but there is a cast ornamental panel at the top, approximately a quarter of the opening. that and the first row of windows below would all be retained. This is a historic window, so it's an important element which would all be retained. Only below that, where we would introduce a new single door with 2 big skylights on each side. The new profiles are going to be created out of aluminum with a black anodized finish, which you'll see in the photo is a nearly exact match to the aged bronze. This just shows there's no changes on Church Street. Sorry, I went too far. So I wish I had a little pointer, but so the top window is existing. At the center of the building, you can see the entrance we built in 2023. And to the left, and now the lower drawing on the left,
What page are you on?
page 7.
So I'm gonna do this, because I remember when you came for this originally. It's the existing, right?
Yeah,
This is what you want to do now.
correct.
This you already did, you already gouged that out and turned it.
That's
into
right, which is a
this.
separate store.
Uh-huh, and you're gonna be back for this in a few years, right?
No, that's the same store. There's no more,
This
no,
building.
this is it. There's no need for anything else. But all the way far right is the service entrance. And
So you didn't give us the original that used to belong to this, you already put your work
well,
in
that's
there.
existing, that's existing today.
No, it's not the original building. Do you have a drawing of what that
Previous
looks like?
slide.
It is. We had a lot of trouble giving you this, and now you're back for more.
Being the 95 plan.
Exactly.
Church between 23.
Yeah, and the chair left a note here to remind me
Lucy,
of what.
Lucy can pull that resolution so we can see what we said before, which we should.
I'll just finish a few comments before, if you don't mind. Because of code, the door has to swing out, and it is only permitted to swing 18 inches onto the public sidewalk, so we have to recess approximately 18 inches as well, so that we do not violate that code. So the lower section, which you can see on the right, so we would be cutting off below the upper windows, and we would be introducing.
I'm sorry, what would you be cutting off?
We.
No, the language is you would be cutting out historical.
Correct, we're removing 3 historical windows and the bulkhead below it. And we're replacing it with the door and 2 sidelines.
So you're gouging the water table again, right?
And you can see the cross section of the proposed shows the lower portion set back so that the door swing does not violate code.
Thank you for the code, it makes it so much better.
These are blow-ups of the details of the cross sections we're proposing. Last time we used Fournier as the manufacturer, we're proposing that again. As I said, essentially identical to the previously approved infill,
And what is the material of, the original material on the building?
bronze.
Bronze, and you're doing Koh-i-Noor, oh God. Someone said, I hope you can sleep at night.
I'm trying to pull up the last one.
On the right, you can see the rendering of the proposed. Left is existing. Here you can see me holding up a sample of the black anodized next to the existing windows. You can see the quality and color are a very good match.
Which one is the new one? The left
The
or
little
right?
rectangle that I'm holding in my hand,
On the left or the right?
all 3 are all the same. The light.
It's the same piece.
It varies with light, which is a nice thing. It's not pink. Anodizing is a molecular changing of the surface, and it has depth and it responds to light. So
Are you holding it against the bronze or
Yes,
the
yeah.
storefront that you changed?
I'm holding it directly against the bronze. The
It's
existing,
making it, it looks great.
the existing.
And does anodized aluminum age the same way as bronze?
No. The anodized aluminum will not age significantly at all. And the bronze is so old that it's done, it's gonna.
It doesn't patina,
No.
so it's done.
Is this the same material
Bronze
you used
doesn't
the last time?
Sorry?
Is this the same material you used the last time?
Yes, yeah. Here's a picture of the, if you go to your next page, I was told black and white would be okay for the copies. Do you know, Lucy, it's mine?
I do not, that's the same presentation you sent me.
Ah, there we go. So, this is the one from 2023,
What's up with the glass?
and
Which-
that's what we would be doing.
Which, if I remember correctly, we did not approve. This is the third time you've come back for this building.
Third?
Yeah.
I think I've only been here,
Maybe not
I
you.
was here for this. And then, and now I'm back. Yeah, no, you did not have a positive resolution about this. That's correct.
Did you cut back 18 inches in the last one as well?
Yeah.
That's it, right there.
No, it's not cutting back,
exactly the same.
it's literally
Into the-
gouging
yeah, gouging
out
into the building.
existing historical building
Yeah.
for, financial gain of the building owner who wants to rent it to a store. Nobody else wants to go in there. I mean, look how ugly it is, and you wonder why nobody wants to rent it. And we gave it to him, once, we didn't give it to him, excuse me.
Right.
And,
So there's,
Jason is extremely upset that, this keeps happening, that, original historical material keeps getting removed. Slowly, he'll be back in a few years, and he wanted us to write a resolution that, is very strongly worded, at LPC for, vehemently denying this kind of an intervention in these historical buildings, especially in this beautiful, building.
so
The resolution we used the last time could be copied and pasted and we can.
I know it's gonna save me some time.
Yep. exactly.
we've probably.
I want to open a discussion, please,
It's not just the bronze, the aluminum, it's also the glass.
the whole thing, it's just.
That glass is pink.
Sorry.
Isn't that glass, to me, the three different panes are three different colors.
What is that pink up on the second story? Why is that pink?
Those
Did
are
the
the old
building-
windows.
Huh?
Those are the old windows.
Yeah, those are the original windows.
Yeah. They're reflecting.
This color variation, if you can explain it,
I have no idea why that's happening.
But it's probably just a.
It could be that the tenant might have put a film on it, I'm sure.
Well, I think you're allowed to do that.
no, you're not, let's follow up about that.
Hi.
Desecrating this building.
Hi,
this?
my name is Spiro.
Yeah.
I just want to say that the glass on the top is the original. We did not touch last time anything from the top.
And why are you this time?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you very clearly.
So why are you in your proposal changing it this time?
No, I think.
We wouldn't change the top glass paints, the color or anything in this proposal either.
It's identical to the last.
Susan, would you like to make a comment, please?
I'm against it. What do you want? I don't have any
Yeah,
more to say.
thank you. That's it. Yeah, no, you're terrific. That we basically have the same, of the same opinion we were last time. And we will do a better resolution maybe this time. We will protect the neighborhood in this building.
Would like to go.
Bruce first.
Pardon, Bruce?
I just, on this building,
you know, it's a great 1929 cross and cross
Oh, no.
masterpiece. And I'm embarrassed to say that I have the original chandelier in my house because the developer gave it to me 25 years ago. And John Petrarca, who preceded me as chair, was the designer, developer. He was so respectful of this building that the developer wanted to hang the sign and clip it to the stone. And John said, if you clip it to the stone, I'm gonna leave the project. That's how possessive he was of this particular building and this particular architect. However, and we are cutting into the water table, which is granite. I do understand, and it doesn't really change my mind, I understand that in the current climate of retail, there's desperation. I'm just noting that, it's not our problem, but it's certainly existing, and there are a lot of empty retail storefronts in Manhattan. It's just a shame further intervene on,
Right.
especially on the street front of this.
Well, also the owner is telling us that, or this gentleman here is telling us that in the last 5 years, they haven't been able to rent it, and they're attributing it to the vestibule. It's absolutely not true. I mean, there's streets after street after street that have vacant storefronts. It has nothing to do with the fact that, the entrance is so secret, you don't know where you
What I
are.
don't understand is currently, how does one enter?
Through a vestibule,
That,
a vestibule.
I'll go back to the floor.
There's a shared vestibule, Bruce, you open the door, you go in, there's a shared
Is there
vestibule.
an actual, the image that,
I think you showed it.
Page 4.
so in
Thank
other words, when you say you go through here, that's Franklin, that's, Church Street.
Yes.
You enter through Church Street.
Correct.
And is there still that big bronze door? Did you remove it?
No,
Because that was the vault.
we would never remove it.
Okay. So you enter through that big.
Through that
bronze
door,
door,
through that.
inside?
You see the vestibule between the green and the purple?
Yes.
That's where you go in,
Okay.
and then you go to the right, to the store.
Where we have scenes gallery. Okay, I hear what the owner is saying. It's not such a.
Can I ask-
It's a beautiful entrance right now.
Can I-
But anyway.
Vicky, do
Excuse me, please, Tammy, go ahead.
you have a tenant in B?
Yes.
So that tenant does not mind walking through the vestibule to get into their property.
Good point.
If I may answer the, and sorry to interrupt, the reason why this worked previously is that the tenant in space B was essentially the anchor tenant for the location. It's a yoga studio, which they have people that are subscribed and they do go on a almost pretty much daily business. Previously, the shared entrance was not an issue because the other two tenants were also basically fitness-based tenants. Since COVID, both of those tenants vacated. First, the tenant in space C vacated, and the space remained vacant for, I believe, between the end of COVID and further trying to find a tenant with brokers, roughly maybe 2.5 years. Eventually, we had to try and get the entrance because that is the feedback that I get from the brokers, and which they tell me what they hear from the tenants, that there is always the same issue. And the only way that the brokers could potentially find a tenant is if they are in any way in the fitness space as well, and they would have a symbiotic relationship with tenant B. But this is a very specific subsection of retail. So it hasn't been easy, and this was not our first choice to try and do another entrance. The space has been on the market for a year, and there have been roughly, I would say, close to 80 showings, and from the 80 showings, we have dozens of tenants that would be interested definitely in the space if there was an extra entrance, an actual dedicated entrance, and not a shared entrance.
But
Do you have a tenant in C?
Currently, yes.
And how long has that tenant been there? What kind of a tenant?
It is a liquor store. It has been there since 2023.
And what is the square footage of your tenant A that you're so concerned with? What is that square footage of that space?
It's roughly 1,000 square feet.
So for 1,000 square feet, we're going to gouge a door inside one of the most famous American architects.
I can't do it.
The history of American architecture. We're gonna gouge a door for 1,000 square feet. I just want you to know.
I just, I can't do it.
Of
I
course you
mean,
can
for
do
me,
it.
I hear what you're saying,
I'm
sir.
not writing it.
I hear what you're saying. I mean, COVID was COVID. It is what it is. You can't really count on the retail issues that you had between 20 and 23. The city was shut down until 21. I mean, schools and kids were remote until 22 in some cases. So it was just a different world back then. You got the door in 23 for what is now tenant C. Okay, that's great, but I don't think carving into a historic building every time there's a downturn in the market is actually a valuable respect for the historic district.
Ma'am,
you
sorry.
were able- If you were able to rent it for COVID for a very long time, then maybe you need better realtors.
Yes,
But I,
question? I do believe you did rent out A. I know A has been rented out since.
it's a
COVID.
liquor store.
Oh, no.
C is the liquor store.
No, A, sir. Yeah, I walked by there. I remember seeing the things in the window. There was a tenant there.
Wasn't that fancy,
Yes.
what's her name?
Yes, that was the Babu space. And sorry to go before, I didn't mean to sound, I was referring to COVID and that I was using that reason for space A. Yes, there was the
But
Babu
the
space there
adver- but-
previously.
Right.
Yes.
But they
There was the Babu
advertised
space
very
there.
extensively.
Sorry, yes.
Yes, you were saying.
I'm sorry. There was
They were
there was the Babu space. Go ahead,
Go
sir.
ahead.
I will wait.
But but it was advertised very extensively, almost to a fault, in the windows that face Franklin Street. It was very obvious.
Yeah.
In fact, it smacked her in the face.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was too obscure for people to know that it was there. They didn't put an arrow saying entrance this way, but boy, every time I walked by, it felt like, whoa. So I mean, there's plenty of exposure for whoever does rent it. I would argue. That's all.
And the entrance is right there on Church.
And it's right there. Get a bookshop. It's beautiful. Love it. All right, so again.
I think we.
Please.
Are these entrances accessible?
This is not accessible, but there is accessibility from the servants entrance through the common area.
So you're asking for us to approve an entrance, which is not an accessible entrance item.
Look, he has to build stairs inside. Look at that.
Because it's not level.
Got it.
By the way, it doesn't matter, but I do respect this architect. That's not the issue, but I do have a point right now. Okay.
Did you ask Susan? for-
So it was rented. It was, it has been rented.
Susan, would you like to make a comment?
I'm against it. What else would you like to know?
Thank you. I just check in, make sure. Anyone else here wants to opine on anything? No, so I would recommend that we write a resolution against this and use every point that we can. Because Jason would really like this not to repeat our, gesture in 2023. Maybe under all the guise of, the difficulty of everyone's life. And it will be back, and now they're back. And Jason's also extremely concerned they'll be back for yet another one.
I think the point that's very salient is an argument against what they're coming saying. 80 realtors have told them they need to have a separate
Yeah.
entrance.
Yes.
But it has been rented.
Oh, yeah.
You had a tenant in there. So it's not, you haven't been able to rent it in a year, welcome to Lower Manhattan, I'm sorry to say, but that's a fairly common thing,
Yeah.
and you have had success renting it post-COVID. I understand your frustration at the moment because you don't, I mean, and you would, but I can't see if you had success before, that there is economic and historic value in destroying the front of a historic building in a way that would get you an entrance that is not accessible, so it doesn't serve the public realm, and it doesn't serve the historic nature.
So on that note, I think that's all the
Yes.
question.
And that's the
Second.
language.
Second, okay, great.
Okay, any opposed?
So
And-
I'm for, but the record states what I think the resolution should say almost verbatim. It's up to you.
Okay, so it's a negative, not negative,
The denial.
Denial, thank you, Vicky. So any
Sorry,
opposed?
sir.
Bruce, you said you were for it, so I'm gonna.
I'm for,
Oh, the
Our
denial,
resolution.
okay.
Mine was
Just making sure I'm understanding. I apologize. Abstentions, any recusals? Motion carries, 384 Broadway.
Sorry, sir.
thank you.
Thank
Please pass your materials around. Thank you so much, to be honest.
Jason's just starting today. And what you feel?
Oh,
Is that Susan? I think.
yes, I was groaning. I'm sorry.
That's
I'll go on mute.
It sounded so like you were right next to me.
Here, sir.
Bruce, you had a question?
No.
Jason?
No, I was just, you said it went.
Oh, I apologize.
And I thought you meant $1. I didn't know that it's just this meeting. That's all right.
The vacation, he said that this applicant,
Right.
because he and I talked and reviewed all this before he left.
384 Broadway.
This applicant.
Dramatically.
But again and again.
Okay.
Many members of the community board, one, good evening. Rick Azar for alteration proposed to the Portland Alley elevation rooftop of 384 Broadway in Manhattan. I'm joined here this evening by Studio MDA Principal Architect Marcus Kachati and his associate Karen Bao. Completed in 1882 in the neo-Gothic style, 384 Broadway occupies the full lot from Broadway to Cortlandt Alley, having elevations facing both. Proposed for the Cortlandt Alley elevation of 384 Broadway is a program of window and door replacement and the removal of louvers and fire shutter panels. Here are some contemporary photographs.
Sorry to interrupt. Did you come before us about this property?
Yes.
In 2023 with a different program. And we cite that a little later.
You came to us in 2023 on this property with a program.
With a different
You
program.
did not do that program. Now you're back with another one.
That's correct.
No.
What happened to the other one?
We did.
Oh.
We got approved.
So now you're renovating your own renovation.
No.
No.
It's, so we got approved for a gallery in the ground floor.
Right.
And there was a tenant on the top floors all the way up the buildings. And the building owner now wants to put an elevator into the building, renovate the building, upgrade the building. That's what we're here for. So.
And
the
this
first
is the condo co-op, a single family,
one-
they're all commercial.
Who occupies it now?
Only the gallery on the ground rest stand.
Which gallery is it?
It's on the grade.
Oh, yeah.
Belgium.
Why is the rest empty?
That's why we're here. You want to put in an elevator, it's not rentable because this building has a incredibly big footprint, beautiful ceiling heights. And it's a perfect gallery building. And so I don't know if you know what we're doing, but we're doing our galleries.
Yes.
I've done 8 galleries just on this block, over 14 galleries in Tribeca. So we're step by step turn that neighborhood from like bad commercial space to gallery spaces. But this building has been very difficult for the building who has rents. It's over 2 years because of the size of the elevator. It's a very, very small building.
And the elevator goes to every floor, stops at
So
every
there's an
floor.
elevator now, which you see in the back. And that elevator is very small.
What's a small?
I mean, it's.
Not even,
The size-
Residential.
Not
the
really.
size of this-
that doesn't fit in there.
It's more like a platform, it's not really a true elevator. So we look at first at extending the building, extending the shaft that you see, and then we said, look, it would compromise the back facade, which is a beautiful facade, and we decided to move the elevator into the building, within floor area, but upgrading the building to allow another shaft into the building.
So why are you here when this is all about landmark exterior? If you're gonna do an elevator shaft in the interior,
Because,
that's not our purview.
well, because that's the back to the elevator.
I know the.
Yeah,
Part of it has to do with, there were 4 metal shutters that we're gonna have to remove on the back of this building.
sorry, what, metal?
Metal fire shutters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the Cortland Alley.
Which is typical of the buildings on. So we want to archive them on this page. And we would like to remove them, not only so that we could use the rooms behind it, they'd have some air and light, but also they, if they're open, they impede the fire egress on the fire escape. They open onto the fire escape. So what we'd like to do is remove them, archive them in the building, make sure they're stored safely there. And, what we just do.
So it won't be like Trump and Fun Time, where they mysteriously, our archive is there.
You're also doing a rooftop addition.
Yes, well, it's not a rooftop addition, it's a pop-up addition. There's no actual addition of square footage. What it is, it's a raising the height, so it makes it very grand and very open space. And this is visible from portions of Broadway, south of, I guess it's,
No, we see it, but.
yeah, White Street. And also on Cortland Alley, below White Street too. It's a little visible as well. And this is what's pushing it towards, public hearing.
Are you talking that the elevator mechanicals will be seen?
No,
No,
he wants
the mechanic-
a room on the inside, they wanna have a higher ceiling,
Right.
so they're gonna take the whole portion of the building up.
But there is new and relocated mechanical work, equipment proposed, but that is not visible from public hearing. There's also a stair bulkhead, which is a replacement bulkhead, which is not visible from public hearing. Now, the pop-up will be finished in Stockholm.
I'd love to see one.
You want to go back?
All right, because we know this building, did you show us where the shutters are that you want to remove them?
Sure, if you go
What
back to
page?
page 4, go to page 5.
Did you label this as one,
Lucy,
2, 3,
1,
4,
4,
5?
Left corner.
Sir, can you move your slide?
Where you stapled, which is
Sorry.
why
Excuse me, the Owls is not gonna pick up your information. I would appreciate it, no cross talking. Let the gentleman do his slides and then we can move forward.
Yes, please, because
Thank you, Netta. She texted me, I'm gonna tell you she did.
Okay.
I'm lying. Too clear.
Rendering on the left references Cortland Alley elevation were approved by landmarks in 2020. This primarily concerns the first and second levels of the first floor. That's that light gray area that we see at the bottom. So the rendering at the right shows currently proposed for the third and fourth floors.
Maybe, can you go over that and you can point out?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, show us, these are renderings. These are
And in
not
fact, the
photographs.
remote that you have in your hand is also laser pointer.
Sure. The proposed for the third and fourth floors is removal of obsolete louvers and upper transoms. Now, once those are taken out, clear glazing will go in its stead,
This rear facade.
right here.
Rear.
Touching the front. This is the rear facade at Cortland.
This is Cortland.
Right. Now, a new window display window installation is proposed at the second level on the first floor. That's right here. Now, again, this follows work approved by LTC back in 2023, where LBC approved 6 full single pane display windows to the first and second levels. Also proposed is the removal of 4 metal window shutters. That's here.
Where?
Right.
Show me, 1, 2, 3. Okay, who is this, by the way?
Oh.
Is the architect?
No, I'm the architect of land house, so.
So why don't you present it to us?
We can present.
We can do
it.
You guys have been the same duo we've met.
Yes.
Just show us what we are
without them.
What?
Go ahead, Rick.
Okay. So again, these are the existing shutters, which will be removed.
See, that one might be
These
all
are,
right.
these are the existing towers right here.
Yes.
Are they shutters or doors?
They're paneled shutters.
What's a shutter, a panel shutter?
Well, it's a metal shutter about this.
It's an operable metal piece.
Well, they're not operable, that's the thing. They've all been closed up. We'd have to take them out and,
So it's a metal window.
It's like a.
well, we don't know what's behind it, but what it is an actual shutter, a solid shutter.
They're fire shutters, right?
The full page, fire covers.
But they could.
And they're all operable, so if we open those, we'll find the window behind.
If you go to page
So
4,
that makes sense. So there's a window there and there's
There's a
just a
window
fire
There
shutter.
may or may not.
You want, don't
Okay.
be okay.
Nikki, the owls are not gonna pick up your conversation.
So, we have windows, then we have shutters, and now you want to remove these shutters so that you can have this right gallery space. Okay, thank you. Now it makes sense.
However,
Now I know where Tammy was going. It just took me a while to get there.
After the removal of the metal window shutters, the shutters will be archived on site, replaced by new window installations, which will match the operation and configuration of the other surrounding windows on the elevation. The current elevator roll-down gate here will be replaced by air doors over here that will match first level doors previously approved by LPC in 2022.
Kind of sad, it wasn't pretty.
Here are existing.
Architect, excuse me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The industrial- What is this? That was a door?
This is the existing roller gate, this is the old shaft, that is a platform elevator, and this gets removed. And the door gets placed, but
This was the roller door? This is the roller, right? This is the door.
no, it's roller gate, it's like, it's.
No, I know, right, the gate is rolled in here, right? And why is it so high and you're making this middle door here?
Well, we don't need it higher, I mean, this is the maximum of the elevator car that we want to do, and this was approved already by that.
Here, we're here.
Point of the alley.
So, so you didn't build this, it was approved, but now you're gonna build it.
no, some of it was
Existing.
Yeah,
approved.
I know what I got here
We're
exactly.
taking it out.
Some was approved, some was not.
He said this was approved.
It is existing,
This is an existing.
and this is approved.
So, can I, I'm sorry, I don't mean to
What
intervene.
page are you looking at over there with Vicky, and could you put it up there? So you
Right.
can, we can all.
Is there a way to show us exactly the existing condition as, you know, in,
Page 5.
elevation and also then the new proposal, each one by one, very clearly. What's there now? Next.
Seventeen.
Okay.
Keep going, it's okay, you'll get there.
That's the building, according to my building.
But we don't have the, we don't have the.
The ground floor is
Floor.
the
No,
ground.
we're missing the,
I think it's on the first.
And the ground floor is, to me, the crucial issue.
Well,
It's like a cover.
Yeah, it's graffiti.
First, and you.
Right, so, what is the ground floor replacement exactly?
Well, let's go to the front page.
So.
We'll see.
okay, we're having problems getting under.
Exactly.
And let's take some time for the rooftop because Jason has an opinion. We'd like to read. No, phase one.
This is another view of the sidewalk.
Oh, go back one,
There you go.
go back.
Yep, other way. So.
There we go. That's what next.
Right, and now let's see the ground floor replacement, whether it was approved or not, or the current, what is your alternative of that section of the street front? You have an illustration of it?
But so this is existing.
Oh, it's
You're
still
asking-
existing, okay,
Today.
right, and what is tomorrow?
You would like to alter this, where's your proposed?
Okay, let's go to the drawing.
That's the picture I want to look at.
This is all
We
today.
do need to.
This is by today, you mean, this is not what exists now, this is what you're proposing, or has been
The
approved.
photograph is what is there if we walk in now afterwards, that's existing.
The language is existing, not to bed.
But you just showed us the picture of what existing with structure.
Yes,
And metal,
right.
that's what's there, and that's what that,
That's the
that's what that is supposed to illustrate. I
This
see.
one.
Got it.
All right,
Thank you.
okay.
Wait, the graffiti that is currently existing,
That little,
It's all
it's
over
that,
those gray
No.
columns. Yes.
this one.
you came
That
to
one
us,
is this
you asked for a variance.
This one
variance.
is off the
We probably
right,
didn't
or
agree,
no?
LPC did, but you never did the work.
Yes,
Oh, we did the
yes,
work.
they did the work.
So when we asked him
That
if the
little
graffiti.
piece is this.
Right, but
Elevation.
you're doing the work above and two glass windows.
We did the work,
Yeah,
and it says
Changing
new graffiti
and
and
above
Like,
and two glass.
No, no, and the rooftop.
Well,
we
that's
said it's
separate,
crazy.
right, that's
It
different.
used to be
So far,
tall.
we-
Then they made it short.
Can I ask a question? We're looking at the real life photos here, so the roller gate that I'm looking at that was on your cover, that also in the historic, right, is where the white roller gate is, correct?
Yeah,
What you see on the cover is two roller gates, you don't see the one, you don't see this one, you see one here. that's-
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, and this picture, right here,
Yep.
which is the historic one,
right.
the taller roller gate is the
Yep.
one on the right.
Left-hand picture, right-hand gate.
Gotcha.
There's-
Just
And-
outside of the
Looking short
picture.
of that.
And why would you, why do you need to feel to, is such, it's an iconic part of the alley and the whole expression of the building. And the work that's on that block, why turn it into a industrial door?
Why are we removing the roller gate?
Yes, it's so tall and beautiful and you're sort of squashing it down and making it like a normal door.
Yeah,
Well, first of all, the roller gate doesn't really cover, it covers more than the actual opening.
Yeah, it covers more than the original opening.
Understood,
not-
it's
not
iconic.
original to the building. So we're putting the opening back.
Is
The
it-
size and scale is original to the building.
isn't that the original building?
No, it's in 1980.
So where's the?
Where's the original?
Those are 1980 buildings.
But you have.
There is no, nobody could find pictures because this is technically a back facade, so there's
See,
no.
yeah,
So you don't know if it's original or not?
I mean, that roller gate, I would say is not.
The original, no roller gate's original.
No, but it's a surface, it's
It's an
a,
old.
it's an old surface system, isn't it?
Existing.
For the building?
It's an elevator.
It's an elevator.
That is the
It's an
element.
old fashioned.
That old-
Where is
industrial
that
font.
Back up to unrated stuff.
Again, the owls is not gonna pick up your information.
We're not having the information, we're having it discussed.
I understand, but it's not gonna pick it up.
Oh, what are we gonna do with this? Yeah,
And this is a recording for the meeting, as well as you know, for informational purposes for the public.
It's interesting.
I'll make one more comment if you call me, and I won't speak again until we vote. But-
No, please go ahead. I'd love to hear it.
First of all, if I'm not mistaken, we did approve the last round. Also because it was early in the gallery transformation of East Tribeca, and we were assured that this was for a gallery. Indeed, Alexander, it's a prominent gallery, it's not just fly-by-night. So I'm not speaking to this, I'm just telling you what I believe happened last time. There is another precedent for Broadway to Canal, Broadway to Portland, which is essentially essentially became an essentially failed condominium because the floor plate is so deep. So it does exist, a precedent for what they're doing. Okay, that's one thing. On the other hand, it's interesting that Portland, the landmark East Historic District was extended as a little rectangle to include, just to include Portland Alley. It's not landmark to the south or to the north, but we wanted to include Portland Alley. Portland Alley really is its own amazing typology. It's transforming, but you can still see, in fact, one illustration, steam coming out of some of the factories. It's a steampunk gallery, but original. So it's very fascinating. That's one thing. I'm giving analysis. I can't make an opinion quite yet, but there's another thing. One of the changes that was approved involved removing the graffiti of an artist whose drawing would have been worth $500,000. And to be honest, one night, Justin Thoreau and I tried to pry it off before the developer eliminated it.
Yeah.
So, we failed. There's the graffiti itself should be, are you leaving it?
It's what we can't understand
Well,
because
let
this
me-
is why, but it's historic.
What I'm asking is,
We wanna take the shutters
right, so the,
and archive them in the base.
so the graffiti's now on the first floor.
Well, let's talk about this graffiti, because if you take a look at the photograph on the right,
Yeah,
the graffiti that's there was done for a commercial.
okay, so that's what I'm asking. So that's not any original?
No.
No, okay. So,
This is gonna be.
I'm.
And if you take a look at it, you can see that an art, someone from the art department.
Okay. Those are my questions. I'm done.
All right, here are existing and proposed partial basement, first level plans in Portland Alley. A new, larger freight elevator is proposed, that's the red box up in the corner. The elevator shaft will be located within the existing building interior. Access from Portland Alley to the new elevator will be through the old elevator entrance. That'll become the vestibule there.
So where's your elevator override?
I'm sorry, man?
The elevator override, where is it?
Let me get to that. The. Okay. So proposed to the rooftop at 384 Broadway is the new elevator bulkhead. That's right here, which will be made out of brick. This bulkhead is slightly visible from Cortlandt Alley. Other rooftop work includes non-visible relocated mechanical work and a non-visible stair bulkhead. That's right over here. Lastly, proposed for the roof is a 1,600 square foot rooftop pop-up addition, creating a double height space.
Below it. When you say double height, most people go where? So it's below. So the fifth floor now doesn't have a height of 10 feet. It has a height of 10 plus whatever this thing is. So let's say 10 feet. All right, we're all clear on that?
Yeah. Yes,
And is that visible?
yes, it is
Yeah.
partially visible from Broadway and from Cortlandt below White Street.
Okay.
And I can show it.
And the mock-up is still there.
Mock-up.
That was one of the questions. The mock-up is still there. Is the mock-up? Yes.
I'm sorry.
See, I don't know what's going
Where do you want to start?
on. I wanted to go forward, I wanted to show you the mock-up.
Can we see
photograph.
the mock-up?
Yeah.
The ladies find everything. So ladies, do you find what sheet that is after they stayed with it?
This one.
Corner. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, now this is from Broadway.
So what
It's just below White Street, and we can see on the left, the actual mock-up, which is still in place. And on the right, we've colored it in a little bit with the stuff.
That's 15. And then we can see it also on 14. 14 is 15.
Right, if you keep going the other way.
we want, right, with the title over here. No,
That's from Portland Alley, just south of.
14, 15, and 16. 14, 15, and 16.
So this is, this was the Harley Davidson.
No, I know. What is this red? Where are you? What is this brown?
This will be the image. So this is existing, we're removing this, and we're putting this and this and this instead.
And these are now skylights.
Stylus.
My God. You're putting in, well, I hope not Michelangelo and Leonardo will get believed.
So the elevator is big enough to go out there, but yes, that we.
No, the space that you're creating, there more what you've been doing there. Okay, so it's all visible along here. And where's the water tower? Is that on your property?
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. no, it's no problem.
Do you?
And it's what material you said?
Stucco, you said?
And this is limestone? It's white, oh,
Because it gets suspected.
no?
But.
You're gonna fake the beige, right? Yeah. Okay, so Jason left word, even though he's not here, that on the account of this being on one of the most gorgeous buildings in all of Tribeca, this is an absolute no for Jason under any circumstance. The rooftop addition should be, no way this roof addition should be approved. With a major visibility over the primary facade of one of the most gorgeous buildings in America. Absolutely no roof for me.
What
So
about the
can I
rest?
open this for discussion?
Did you comment about the Portland Alley stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, do we separate them?
Can I ask a question about the elevator?
Of course.
How large is your elevator now? And how large is the new elevator, both in? Trying to understand, because the new elevator shaft takes up,
Freight elevator now.
don't care.
It's a
Just-
room now.
But I'm just looking at what the drawings show. And so it basically takes an entire window bay. An entire line of windows through the entire
Well,
building.
they'll get rid of those shutters and swap out the problem.
No,
We didn't want to take those windows out.
We're not taking windows out.
you're not taking the windows out, but they're
Blocking the
effectively
view
blocked
of it.
with the wall. Right,
Well,
you've
that's
got a
all.
white wall in front of it. Through the entire length of the building.
Page 5.
You can't get on any page, let alone find.
Right, so when I'm looking at the Portland Alley elevation,
Yeah.
beyond the top of the building,
Try again.
I might just have to help them see if the battery's on.
Man. 5.
Great, it's fine.
You see the shaft going all the way up, blocking us on the
Yeah.
right side.
So it's, I understand we spent a lot of time on the left. It's just, there's a lot of dramatic changes, if I'm understanding correctly, to the Portland Alley.
Here, they're talking about this here. You want to see 5 right here.
It's, so just if I'm understanding correctly, the totality of the changes that are on Portland Alley are, you have the additional rooftop, you lose an entire length of windows going all the way down from a white wall, which is due to the expansion of the elevator.
This is the freight.
Moving over, there's contextuality for 1.5 windows,
The entrance is
then you
from here.
open another set of windows on the left,
Getting rid of the cast iron.
getting rid of the cast iron. And I guess my question is, why wouldn't you put the elevators on the left side?
Left the iron.
He's saying no, that the new proposed freight elevator is internal.
It is, but
And you find that quite often in Rebecca, where the elevator is pushed in and you have maybe a few feet between the elevator
Understood,
and the
but my
window.
question is this, you have one entire side of the building that you're getting rid of all the coverings, right? Because you don't want to have the metal there any longer. Why didn't you consider putting the elevator on this side? Because those windows were already covered anyway.
That's
That's where you're.
There's a stair, the existing stair, and so that would be massive amount of work to switch to stair and elevator, but I like your idea, we could move the shutters to the side. So we don't store them in the basement or whatever, but we move the shutters to the side where the elevator is. That is a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I think that's a great idea.
It's better than before, definitely. And the other thing is, I hate the thought of storing in the basement.
Yeah.
I will tell you what storing in the basement means.
I
Exit
have a
stage
question.
left. Yes, Susan.
Nobody ever, I just want to know what the size and what the elevator is now and what the size, you asked the question, I haven't gotten an answer.
Point.
I asked that question first.
Of course.
I don't care
Yes,
who
please.
asked it, I want an answer.
I never got the answer.
It looks like it's 12 by 13, according to their dimensions.
The new freight
And the
elevator.
old one was 7 by 6. Oh, 5 by 10.
5 by 10.
The old
Yeah.
elevator, thank you, the old elevator is not really a functioning elevator, it's not even something that we can modernize, the shaft is way too
So
small.
we're just asking about the dimension.
So the existing, I don't know what the size is.
He just told you 5
by 5 by 10.
says on the side on your own drawings.
It looks like it says.
And the new one
Oh,
is
no,
over
maybe
there,
that's the-
12 by,
You opening.
12 by 13.
Right. Maybe there's the opening.
Susan, did you hear the old elevator is 5.5 feet by 10 feet, the new one is 12 by 13.
Shaft.
I got it. Thank you.
What's
So,
that?
You're,
Well, the shaft
Where's
is,
it?
the elevator,
The
it's
elevator
smaller,
is
smaller, but
It's
the shaft is bigger for the rails.
Yes.
So this is primary to art,
Yeah.
and is that big enough to
Yeah.
art?
That's his thing. He's an expert, he says. He's changed the whole neighborhood.
so you're gaining 2 feet in the height in the elevator and 7 feet in the width, right?
Yeah.
It's about 12 by 12 on the inside of something versus a 5 by.
5 by 10.
It's much more.
The building, what's great about the building is that it has incredible ceiling heights on every floor. I mean, it is a fantastic building. It has beautiful windows, has a floor, and the reason why we did the pop-up where it is, what is unusual about the building is in that area is where you don't have columns in the center. If you go to Alexander Great Gallery, you'll find that in that location is the only area where there's no columns in the center. And so we basically have an amazing, beautifully proportioned gallery space on each floor, except for the top floor, where you also don't have the columns, but you have a sloping roof. So by moving up the roof, you basically turn that space into one of the best spaces for a gallery, because you have the skylights. And that is the reason why the building owner wants to renovate the building, put a new elevator, make sure we don't have the package units in the back of the window where we have the louvers moving to the roof, and invest in upgrading the building. And
If you just added skylights,
Yeah.
if you just added skylights, would you
Okay.
see that from the street
Can I ask a dumb
instead
question?
of a
No,
pop-up?
but it has a parapet.
Can I ask
it
a,
would be great.
Vicky, can
Very
I ask a
nice.
dumb question?
Of
I'm a
course.
little frustrated.
I mean, ask a question, not a dumb
Yeah.
question.
So when I'm looking at this, which is when I'm trying to really understand what your
Yeah.
building's gonna look like,
I know.
it's deceptive, and I will tell you why. But the only thing that you have approved that was done before, you wrote approved design in the docket, but you did not get approval for the removal of the existing shutters.
We didn't touch the upstairs of the building.
Correct. So your notation here is inaccurate, simply because this is not the whole approved design, because you didn't have approval for the removals on this side. You only had the ground floor, if I remember correctly, correct?
Yes. I
So,
think so.
and did you have approval to remove the existing roller gate at that point? I don't believe so. I believe the entire conversation was only about the window infills on the ground floor, correct?
No.
Yeah, well,
It's not the ground floor, the first level, but also the second level. 3 glass panels were approved, 6 on each level, which again. in
But
this-
none of this was approved in the
No,
first
none of
place.
that was part of the scope of work back.
And the roller gate was not part of the scope of the work then.
The rollers, I don't
So,
believe.
but you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It says here.
It's not
It's
a
missing.
fair,
Yeah,
it's confusing.
right.
And then it makes it very difficult then to understand what you're asking us for going from point A to point B.
Right.
Because point A is inaccurate.
Well, we understand that, and unfortunately, this is not as clear as we had hoped it would be.
How about
We-
coming back with a
We
clear?
did come back with a revised version of this, cleaning up a lot of the language, but it would have been submitted yesterday. I only caught this when I was going through it the other day. So we did make some changes to this
So you put
to clear up the language. But it was just too late to submit it.
Is there a
You
section?
both take a look at this over
We all have
the
a
weekend.
section through the building so we understand about that.
May
Yeah,
I say
that's-
something?
Yes, Susan, go ahead.
No section?
It's very confusing. And
course it
I
is.
think that's why we're going over, it's not clear. And that's part of the problem. I think I can read plans usually, and I think I can understand things. But this, it's like we're tied up in our underwear. And I think they have to come back in some way to clear it up so we can see it better and clearly and fix up the roof, for God's sakes, too.
I think you need to present something that shows a better representation of what was approved and what you're seeking now. And I mean, I'm a little surprised that instead of storing the metal in the basement, I'm not an architect, it's looking at the white wall, and I understand it's prevalent in lots of Tribeca buildings. But if we're talking about a historic building and you're talking about removing it and storing it in the basement versus having it be utilized to the same use that it is on the other side of the building, seems a much.
He doesn't want to spend the money.
But
That's what he said.
But he just said.
The owner
it's
said
just in
that-
proposition. How do we know the owner doesn't want to spend the money?
The architect just told us.
Oh, I see. I didn't.
Doesn't want to spend the money on what, sorry?
I'm sorry.
No, you're removing the stair, putting the elevator.
No, that's the stairwell, that's not what we suggested.
No, that's an existing internal stair.
Yeah, but we're
Vicky, that's
suggesting
not
that
what I'm
that's
saying.
what you said.
What I'm saying, Vicky,
This-
is that even if they leave the elevator where it is,
So it didn't.
the existing vent ducts and louvers and the shutters that they have, instead of storing them in the basement, they could move them to the opposite side.
From here,
To here.
which is the here, why didn't you do that?
There. Well, it's a good idea. It's
It's
a great idea.
It's fantastic.
I have no objection to that. It's a great idea.
Tammy, I also have one other question that has been confusing me all night, I'm sorry. You see, it says here, approved design docket, right?
It's not,
No, it's not
not
just
accurate.
that, it's not just that. What, let's just say all of this was approved, right? Why don't we have an existing condition, what we're looking at today?
Correct.
Instead, these bits of saying approved, it says remove existing roller gate. Okay, so did you remove it? Where is your existing condition? You can't show me, you can't say proposed revision when you haven't showed us whether you built all of this and what it looks like, and now you're coming to do something else. You can't sponge a previous request and approval. And now we're finding out half of these things you actually didn't even ask.
Okay.
And these are not correct drawings.
correct,
Well,
that's what I'm pointing out.
it's not 100% yes and no. The upper portion, as it is here right now,
Yeah.
is existing and was never asked for to change ever in the past. So this is existing as it is today.
Then why is it
And this
here
area-
under proposed
Vicky,
approved
Vicky,
design?
Vicky, sir, here's the thing.
We need 3 drawings, I guess.
You need to come back with a section, because that's been requested.
Thank you.
You need to come back with existing conditions. You need to come back with what was approved, what's existing, what was approved, and what you're seeking. There should be 3 pictures on this page, not 2, because you haven't done all the work, if I understand correctly, from what was approved the first time around, correct? Or did you? And if you did, after looking at this for 20 minutes, I can't even tell. Which means it's not understandable, it's confusing,
Okay,
you need to
noted.
come back.
And
And what I need you to do is to promise us you are not going to LPC and that you will come, because if you go to LPC based on what's been presented, I have a funny feeling if I understand from what I'm hearing, you'll get trounced. So I'm trying to help you. Come back.
Sorry, what are you saying I should do?
You should come back to us with all the
Right.
information, better drawings, better fleshed out. And if you present to your owner, gee, she said instead of storing them in the basement where we know they'll get trashed, that maybe we can cover the elevator windows on that and see what that looks like.
I didn't understand the second part.
And if you go to LPC and you present things that are inaccurate and are not representing your intention, they will be extremely upset and throw you out. And we will then.
Yeah.
They won't throw.
They won't- Even if they.
No, meaning they're going to.
The question I have
deny, not
for
throw out.
LPC Expediter is, when do you plan to go to LPC?
Well, that really depends on coming up.
Can I?
You need, okay,
No.
you need to come back, because these will not get you an outcome that you will be happy with.
Okay, can I just take the pressure out of this, because I want to make one thing very clear. We have done a lot of projects in this neighborhood. We're not here to quickly do something and burn bridges, we're here to get your opinion. And I got your opinion, and I got a great idea from you, and we're gonna come back, I have no problem with that. I have no problem, this is part of the process, so we're not in a rush.
Good.
We have been on this for a very long time. The building owner is a very sweet woman that owns some building in the neighborhood. She has only good intention for this building. She's not a greedy developer. She had a music school in there before. This is a positive project. She wants to do the right thing to make sure that somebody can get in there who is part of the art community. It's a good thing. So I don't have any
So
intention.
you will withdraw your submission to LPC? Because we will notify them that you will have to.
I think we'll
withdraw.
come back.
Well, we
have to.
wouldn't necessarily withdraw it, we have to come back here.
We just come back here.
Right.
I thought you said that you couldn't fix this. You already submitted this package to LPC.
Right, so they get a lot of support.
I'm gonna send them an email saying to hold over any
Right.
actions on this
Right.
project until they present to the community board on September 9th. So with that being
Perfect.
said, we'll see you September 9th.
Again, I just want to point out that this is, NDA is a respected firm, it's not fly by night. And I don't want them to think we're prosecuting them, and they've been before FCC report before, and much as I like Annabelle Seldorf and have worked with her, it's nice that it's not going to be one more Seldorf mausoleum, West Chelsea gallery.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And so,
And think about a lot of the feedback that you heard from here. There were concerns
The
for
roof talk is
Can I
not
stop
gonna
my-
be a go.
I was going to say, can I save myself a third trip? Can we talk about the rooftop? Because you're on the elevator on the back. Can we talk about the rooftop for a second?
September 10th.
Get some feedback.
It's hard to understand it without a section, but I would just say you need to get it invisible from the street.
Yeah.
Completely invisible somehow. So start cranking that back, pushing it in, do something where, and maybe it's just lower, or maybe it shifts, or maybe it angles, there's some sort of parabolic thing going on.
But you can see how high it is, Bill. I mean, on page whatever. Did you say they're great architects? They staple and label. Sheet.
Vicky?
I don't.
Vicky?
No, he knows what I'm talking about. The rule in architecture is that all labeling is on the right. Why? Because we staple on the left. So if you look at this sheet 14,
When we.
this is where Jason and I were saying, this is an enormous vision.
Vicky,
Yes.
above the addition itself, there are,
The roof raises and then you get, skylights. So this isn't an addition, Tammy. It's only like, like they're raising the ceiling height.
There's no additional square.
For what purpose?
Because to make the ceiling higher, instead of the top floor being 10 feet, now it's gonna be, this room is gonna be 20 feet high.
So you couldn't put, I'm just asking the question so I understand. You couldn't put skylights
That's
in
made of
something
that.
that's either existing height or,
Did you know that?
2 feet up.
or 2 feet up that it did, that it's not.
Some installations, the art installations are 15 feet.
But that's not gonna fit in your
All the
elevator.
floors except for the top
It's not
floor.
gonna fit in
They
the
don't-
elevator.
Guess what? If it's 15 feet, it's not fitting in your elevator, because your elevator's not fitting in.
They don't want them in.
Anyway, we gave you a section, I understand the comments on the height.
This is going to be most likely a no.
Okay.
But we look forward to
Yeah.
seeing the proposal.
If you could shear off a little bit of that,
Yeah,
you know, there's not, it was not that much, just.
Exactly.
How high are the existing ceilings on that floor?
On the top floor?
Yeah,
The section will tell us.
10?
So the height one is 10 and it's sloped towards about.
This proposal is how much more? 15 more?
Remember? I think
13 more?
When I get 20 here.
20 inside?
and why make the drawing?
No, well, I mean, we have it in 50.
It's a 10-foot ceiling height.
You have to show us everything we show us we see.
And they want 10 more.
Okay.
Get these page numbers, put it down somewhere where.
I will send you an email with.
The page numbers are on the upper left side, where it's stapled.
Well, you gotta put them on the lower right side. It's not.
No, you put them on the right side, that's why we do that.
Yeah. And then, seriously take a look and think to yourself when you're walking up and down Portland Alley. I understand roller gates are very old fashioned, that they're not necessarily current day, but they're all over Chinatown.
They're
They're
fun.
all over the historic. They're pursuant to the manufacturing areas. And they can be beautiful with artwork, as you've seen. Graffiti and street art is not necessarily always a bad thing. So
Especially
In
not in
this
court.
case, there are, I believe, the original doors behind the roller gates, and a lot of these roller gates came in for security reasons.
Show us those doors, show us some really pretty pictures, show us some smart doors.
Removal of that roller gate was approved in the prior.
Oh, no, there are two roller gates. Not this one.
Conveniently not photographed.
We agreed possibly 4 elevations. We need the
So-
original,
Mhm.
approved, the existing, and.
And then I'm real confused if there are beautiful original doors or original doors of any kind that are behind. You haven't shown us that. If this is an LPC application, we should see the original doors.
See those doors.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, thank you, they'll come back, we'll finish with this, we don't need to,
Nope, nothing.
do a motion.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
See you in September and have a lovely summer. Thank you.
So do we have more business?
No, we have.
There's more
No,
business.
yeah, that's
That's right, we did. We do need to. Sorry.
I'm not gonna stay for the.
Yes, you are. Just be
No.
quiet. District needs, it's very,
It drags on forever.
no, it's Lucy. Lucy wants to go home.
No, we have, no, my dog is in a cage, and I'm not leaving
There's only-
animal
there's only
exhibits.
You only have 3 items, let's.
Okay,
Which
let's
are,
go.
where are they? Okay,
Those
come
are
on.
the 3 items you submitted last year, the responses are there from the agency, second page is if you want to add anything. These are expenses, you just think of expenses as, which is obvious, dealing with money. If you wanna have something, a capital item, capital is buildings.
Oh,
Very
I
simple.
remember this.
So now,
So increase the enforcement division to hire more inspectors.
And
We're
there's the
still
response.
okay with that, right?
well, here's the response from the agency.
Oh, the agency believes.
There you go.
Reasonable. However, funding is not available.
Doesn't mean we shouldn't ask for it.
Absolutely,
You have
functionally efficient, responsive concern in a timely manner. Ah, there's no funding, but we can go to war.
So would you like that to remain, or would you like to?
We would like to ask
add in
again.
requests?
Absolutely.
You're gonna edit the request or just leave it as is and leave it on?
We could rearrange that.
Thank you.
Catch them off guard.
Yeah. William, work on this. William, you can work on this.
Change up their hours.
Okay, the second one is increased enforcement of landmark facades against illicit advertising uses.
Oh, I love that one. That's like the,
This request has already been completed.
Okay, so we.
That's
take
not
it.
true.
it's not
okay, so-
true.
You have to say expand and team of enforcement. Because they,
Bill, did you hear that? Expand.
yeah, that one's an expand, Lucy, only because Susan and I both agree on this. There's, how many people do they have for the entire city?
Oy vey. So
They've
it's
done
not
nothing with
increase,
the
it's
stock
expand.
exchange, so let's move on.
No, it's not, cross out increased and say, and replace it with expand. Sorry. Develop historic street design guidelines, policies, and processes so that there is clarity and predictability regarding building and maintaining historic streets. Manhattan Community District 1 has 10 historic districts with a long history of disrepair of cobblestones, Belgian block streets. Historic streetscape design guidelines are needed that address the special design needs and context of historic streets as well as accessibility and safety for all users, blah, blah. Okay, agency does not support and cannot accommodate.
Full stop.
Writing stuff? Is that
So-
what we're asking them to do?
Well, the problem is we have historic streets, right? There are some companies that replace cobbles exceedingly well and some that don't. And you can tell which streets are which and we all
Wait,
kind
is that a city, those are city contracts?
Those are city contracts.
So-
So there's, this comes out of transportation as well,
Yeah,
because one of the things that,
oh, here it says.
yeah,
But Dumbo just had an entire, all of Dumbo practically was repaved with Belgian blocks and then larger pieces of like bluestone or something, creating bike paths so that you don't lose your intestines. And I think just recently they won an award for outstanding work. But I will tell you, so we should find out about who did that, because apparently that's.
great, you're
That's
on.
where you went, thank you, I live there anyway. So listen, here's the thing though, to my horror, for years, this was going on, years. They finish it, right? Swear to you, not even a month later, I bike down, I go, oh my God. They had to dig up the whole street and make a left-hand turn because that building owner needed to do something. And so that, I think, is even more important to incorporate, that there is a coordination, that there's a wide agency review. So if your building is going to get a new water main connection, damn it, do it before, or at least I'm asking for coherency with the government.
Sorry.
You're asking for LNCCC, which we had for a very long time.
Right,
What is
exactly.
that?
It was Lower Manhattan Construction Command Center.
Right.
Oh,
And
yes.
Louisiana.
Those were
was-
the days.
Right,
Those
so
were the
they-
days.
So he coordinated all of the
And right.
projects, so if they were gonna open a street, they opened it once. And then all the agencies were scheduled to go, because it was better to open it once for 6 months. And get everybody in, than opening it once, closing it, opening, closing.
And then you put the final finish of literally hand installing each one of the Belgian blocks to create the new finished streets in Dumbo. They look terrific. A year or so later, they're doing much better than some of the ones I saw here in Lower Manhattan. Yeah, because they were
Greenwich
all
Street is in-
sunk. I know exactly what it is.
South Street Seaport, there's areas that
Yeah,
are
well, it's
very
dangerous, I mean,
poorly done.
anyway, perilous for your foot. And so I've been watching to see how much sinking is taking place in the center parts where the cars keep going. And again, there should be, almost like a mayoral office that controls and monitors and coordinates.
But agency does not approve.
Full stop.
Well, I'm not sure it's LBC. Is this
That's
an
also a
LBC?
different- That's also a different mayor. So let's.
Okay, good.
Because he,
I think we should try it. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah,
Let's give it a shot.
Are we
you have
only
anything new?
dealing with three?
Is there anything else?
I have no, not on this. But
Okay.
I'm sorry to say.
Then I'm going to.
What?
Yes.
I said, I'm sorry, Susan, but I have one item of new business and it's like 3 sentences.
Go ahead.
Fine, go.
I just think that we should be a little mindful of not insulting every petitioner with sarcasm and snark. And we just get the feeling that we have gone to that level. There's just not one applicant who doesn't get slammed with sarcasm, doubt. I think they should, there are some exceptions, like the guy who took over, what's the great architect? Miserable guy who used to come here and he actually had to move the building back 3 feet because he lied about where the street front was. I can't remember his name. Anyway, there are some that are so egregious that are worth it, but I just get the feeling that every single applicant now is under attack, whether we agree or not with their proposals. And that's my new business. Thank you.
Well, I will say that I was here under you and Roger, and nobody was more sharp in their observations and comments than you know, you that team. I
Is
would
that
say,
what the other
however,
people on the?
I'm speaking now, thank you.
But I'd like
And
an
you said-
opinion on the whole, other people.
I would say that you said that this was a great office MDA. That was not necessary because the mistakes that they made are.
And again, I
Can
think
we
you should
take
not
this-
criticizing, you
Can we
criticize
take
her
this
for her
offline
vote.
because we're recording?
Okay,
So can we adjourn and then?
Yes, I can adjourn.
May I?
Yes.
Okay, may I get a second?
second.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stop the recording. We have a guest.